Welcome back to the Sandbox. Thank you so much for coming back to play with me one more time here with Adam at Manticore Video. So, it's been a little while. Let me try to get you up to speed. Adam and River grew up together at a small town in Arizona. They graduated high school. River moved to LA and got involved in the porn industry and then disappeared. Adam goes to LA to find him, basically, find out what happened to him. He gets a job at the porn studio, Manticore Video, where River was working. And so we've been meeting people, performers and staff members, basically trying to find out what they know about River, what happened to him. So we're sort of collecting clues. Most recently, we were on set. Tad, the director, sent us to the STI clinic to pick up the paperwork for one of the performers because he hadn't gotten his paperwork to the set yet, and they can't shoot the scene without the paperwork clearing him of STIs. And we go to the clinic and we meet Evander, the nurse, who seems very sweet, and we come back without the paperwork because we didn't. We flirted and failed to bring back the paperwork with us. Tad blew up at me, even though I explained that it wasn't my fault. I hate that he makes me that guy. He can be such a prick. The Johns just grinned smugly at me, while I got the undeserved verbal lashing. It's days like this that make me question why River would put himself through this and work with these. I saw Soren smiling as well. But then again, he's always smiling. And at least he came to my rescue. Soren shut down the scolding, thought ahead, and had called Hunter to replace the Johns. That's when the smug smiles melted off. And all I felt from the Johns was the heat off their burning vitriol. I was so happy just to get out of there and return to the studio. Someone says, "Hey, Adam." Oh, it's Chuck. "Dude, I heard you guys didn't have time to inhale lunch. Soren's waiting for us at the port and pier. If you're up for it." "Oh, hey, John. How's it going, man?" "Same different day. Haven't seen you in a while. Are you good, Chuck?" "Oh, yeah, man. Just living life. I finally got an apartment out by Venice Beach. So, things are super duper solid." "Adam." Uh-oh. "John and I wanted to thank you for ducking out to fetch his papers. He's an idiot sometimes, but he means well." "Oh, sure, no problem. I was just doing what Tad asked." "Even still, come join us for lunch. We're going to my favorite spot, Long Pig." "Oh, Long Pig is a dope little joint. Part Irish pub, part dive bar. Their food, though, is tasty as fuck. And their drinks are even better. But the crowd's a little rough for my liking, man. But it might not be that bad around lunchtime or whatevs. You down or what?" The Long Pig with the Johns or Port and Pier with Chuck and Soren. The Johns are just weird. I don't really like either of them, honestly. I kind of like Soren. I kind of like Chuck. We'll go into the Port and Pier. "Oh, rad. Don't worry about it, Adam. I'll drive." "You're cool with this, right, John? You guys can always totally join us, you know." "Whatever. We're set on Long Pig. See you chumps around another time, then." Aw, I don't really feel bad. Chuck drives us there in a beat-up little buggy. The seats are covered in sand. I also note Port Pier is nearly empty today, as we see a slight figure waving at us lackadaisically. Soren is seated very prominently, like a golden prince in the center of our booth. So, you guys never actually told me, but how was the shoot? It was a nightmare. No one was prepared. As usual. Soren takes a sip out of a tall crystal champagne flute. Yeah, in fact, by the time we got there, Chuck, the filming hadn't even begun. Tad didn't have all the papers. I bet you he didn't even have the waivers signed. Oh man, that's classic Tad. Well, actually, it was John who forgot to bring his STI results. That's why I was sent to fetch them from the clinic. I met this really nice guy there. Both of them stared at me with expectant looks for some reason. What? Was it that hunky nurse who works the front desk? Evander, I think his name was, or something? Well, I didn't say that, but he was very nice. I can feel myself starting to blush, so I look down at my knees, hoping that they won't notice. He really tried his best to help me out, but in the end, he couldn't release the results. So I had to swoop in and save the day. With a winning grin on his face, Soren raises his hand to blow on petite, glossy nails. Speaking of hunky guys, how are the love lives doing around this table? Adam, are you seeing anyone? Ah, Soren with the hard hitters today. No, not at all. I haven't even thought about looking, to be honest. Oh, same. Yeah, man. I'm happy being single and not ready to mingle. I just want to do me right now. I got too much going on and want to be selfish for a while. Oh, but that's good, Chuck. At least you can say that you know what you want. Ah, cheers to that, dude. Chuck leans over and winks at me while resting his elbows on our table. So, you started it. Now you gotta tell us what you have going on over there, Soren. Me? Oh, please. My sex life is as dead as this restaurant right now. I notice Soren's eyes dim as he lets out a soft and stifled laugh. I'd guess most people at the studio think that I'm fun and flirty. So I must be constantly going on these amazing dates. I don't know. Perhaps you'll think less of me, but truthfully, I don't really want the attention of guys right now either. Soren clutches the side of his arms, perhaps subconsciously, in a defensive way. They use you. The story always plays out the same for me. They've never met anyone quite like you. You're so different. And they're so relieved that you're so different. And I fall for it. So stupid, right? They tell you how special you are. They present like real people. Real men. But they don't know who they are. Unsure of his sexuality, self-hating, or what he even wants. Love, sex, or degradation. I try to get to know him, 'cause you're told that you should. And somewhere deep inside, I really want to. He fools me into feeling safe. Soren. The table goes quiet. Chuck and I look at each other with worried, empathetic eyes. Anyways, f them all, but don't actually, right? Soren picks up his glass, eyes slightly damp, gesturing us to cheers with him. Two cats. Ha, yeah, to cats, man. We cheers and commence small talk again, hoping to brighten the mood. After a couple more glasses of champagne, I'm starting to feel a little bold. Hey, guys, can I ask you something? I feel like I've met most of Manticore Video's exclusives, other than Obzi, and Sky Manning. I scan their faces, hoping to gauge reactions. Chuck's brows lift and he ruffles his mustache. But Soren merely stares with an unchanging smile. Is Sky still around? I'd like to eventually meet everyone. Whoa, man. I mean, like, it's been a minute. But yeah, I totally remember that dude. We, weren't, close? 'Cause we didn't work together, really? Same. I can't say I knew him all that well. But he was ramping up to be a hot little commodity. And then, all of a sudden, poof, he was gone. It's unclear which one it is, really. But supposedly he quit. Although the rumor is that Tad fired him. Why would he do that? I don't know. You'll have to ask Tad. Even I can't feign to understand the inner workings of that walnut, mind of his. Oh, I see. Do you think that Sky would come back? Do either of you know where he went? Oh, nah, man. Why are you so curious about Sky anyways, Adam? Soren leans forward. His eyes both soft, yet somehow sharp and piercing. No reason. Just, making conversation. I see Chuck take a big swig of his drink, while Soren nods knowingly. Chuck knows something. He's not talking. I change the topic, and at surface level, the rest of the lunch carries on normally. See, at surface level, so something's happening underneath. All day it was hard to focus, as after lunch, all I could think about was what I learned regarding River. When work finally finishes, in a haze, I end up home somehow. And I pass out, praying that tomorrow will be different. Although there aren't any shoots today, I decide to come into the studio. Helping Soren with admin stuff sounds more exciting than being home alone all day. Yo, good fucking morning, Adam. What's the haps, bruh? Oh, hey, Timmy. I'm good, just hanging out. Yee, 'cause ain't no shoots today. So it's confusing me why you here. Honestly, I just don't know that many people in LA yet, and I didn't want to spend the day by myself. It's pretty lame, I know. I shyly look down at my twiddling fingers. Nah, I get you. It's all good. Good morning, gentlemen. And Timmy. Good morning, Hunter. Yo, that's cold, dog. Why you gotta do me like that in front of my new friend? I didn't think you were friends at all. We're not. We're getting there slowly. Of course we are. Well, Timmy's annoying as let's be honest, but Um, I don't want to burn that bridge, right? Because he might know something about River. So I don't want to burn the Timmy bridge. So I'm not going to say we're not friends. But on the other hand, if I say we are friends, I have a feeling that might burn the Hunter bridge. So I'm going middle of the road. Yeah, well, we're not really friends, but kind of. I don't know. Yeah. Ha! Exactly, bruh. Adam is my new brethren, yo. Everyone around here always be tripping like they don't want to rock with me. Just jealous. Right, Adam? Right. So, Hunter, why did you come in today? Pick up my checks. I left a few behind. Being dutiful means cashing them. Besides, tomorrow is the 4th of July. Damn! I almost forgot about that shit. We'll definitely be blowing money then. What you guys doing for July 4th? Maybe we could all, get together or some shit. There's parties and clubs and barbecues. Does that sound cool? No. Poor Timmy. I look over at Timmy, who looks like he's dejected and trying to mask it. So, I don't have any plans tomorrow night. But if I'm honest, I'm really not one for parties and huge crowds. So, I'll probably just have a quiet night in. You guys are lame, man. Well, fine. I know a ton of hot places that'll be jumping tomorrow night. I've got some mad connections in the scene, you know, bruh? Go-go boys, influencers, producers. You'll both be sorry. Unfazed, Hunter takes a strong sip of coffee from a sleeved cup in his left hand. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. Well, are you doing anything to celebrate the 4th? Like you, I will not be partying. That kind of hedonism is for the weak-minded. I think you being too serious, bruh. I doubt you know what hedonism even means. Okay, that's, I think we should move it along now. Fair enough. I should be departing in any case. Cheers, gentlemen. Psh, me too. I'm just wearing out my welcome. But hey, drop me a cell number. I'll hit you up tomorrow night and check you. Maybe you'll feel like coming through after all. Timmy makes me put my number into his phone. He seems overtly happy about it. Aight, peace, bruh. Look for my text or call, aight? All right, Timmy. Take care. So what will I do? Time will tell. We'll go to the SDI clinic. That's what we'll do. It's so unlike me. But I decide to sneak off and visit the clinic again. Oh God. What am I doing here? I nervously laugh to myself as I walk through the doors. Just couldn't keep away, could you? I knew the idea of forms and needles and awkward questions was way too enticing. Yeah, that's totally it. But I also thought this was a clinic. And not stand-up at the Laugh Factory. Although you yourself just assaulted me with a comical dig. Yeah, I guess I did. I hope that's all right. Just take me to the Laugh Factory someday, and we'll call it even. The clinic is pretty dead, so Evander and I waste time unashamedly joking around. That is an amazing story, actually. Yeah, I thought you'd enjoy that. Evander stares at me for a moment before straightening out. Well, hopefully not straightening out. Okay, so this is attributed to Evander, but I have a feeling it's Adam's inner monologue, not Evander saying this. His voice deepening a bit. So, how do you like working for Manticore Video, Adam? I mean, it's okay. I'm learning a lot about film and being on set. The terminology, the equipment, the politics. It's a bit weird to admit, but I think this gig has greatly improved my lighting skills. Ah, you just confirmed something that I already thought, which is that you aren't a performer like River. You were wondering if I was? Me? A porn star? The lady doth protest too much, methinks. Wait a minute. Why not? Well, no offense, but you don't strike me as the kind of guy who could do that. Which is fine, especially in this case. I mean, wouldn't it be incredibly awkward if Tad wants you to film a scene with your best friend, for example? Not conducive to the whole roomie situation, I'd think. Well, first off, maybe I do have some edge to me. Maybe I could be a porn star someday. And secondly, if Tad asked me to film something with River, I would flat out refuse. He's like my own brother. And lastly, do you have some kind of problem with a person choosing to be in porn? Adam, being in the sexual health and wellness sector of the medical field kind of requires an open mind. I'm just saying. I likely wouldn't be great at my job if I had any judgmental feelings on the matter. Oh, yeah, you're right, Evander. I'm sorry. Hey, don't be. I didn't think you were attacking me. I'm really enjoying talking with you today. Although, your shameless flirting is kind of sidetracking me from my duties. I suddenly feel a fire of distress erupt from my toes and up past my head. I was not flirting. You are so flirting. And it's okay, I get it. Evander shoots an embarrassment arrow at my heart, using a coy wink and a smile. If you must know, I am here to get tested. So there. Ah, Adam with the solid misdirection. Well done. But you know what? I appreciate the effort. So, I will take you right away. No waiting time. Evander, there's literally no one else here. Shh, you're ruining it. Despite how casual and friendly we were both being with each other, Evander was very professional throughout the testing. Gentle, soft, and with those hazel eyes, I felt a little flustered, I must admit. Oh, we don't get to see the test? Oh, there was all kinds of possibilities there. They should have shown the test. And we're all done. Great. We'll call you if we receive any worrisome results. But if you don't hear from us, that means that everything's negative. Regardless, you'll receive a copy of them in the mail. Sound good? Yeah, that sounds fine. Awkward silence. Yes? Ask for his number, wait for him to offer his number, rush out. Well, I mean, I think Adam would probably rush out or wait for him to offer his number, but Brian knows. Okay, I used to be, well, I shouldn't say used to be. I used to be terribly shy, very, very, insecure with myself. And what I have learned over time is that if you don't ask for something, you probably won't get it. So if there's something you want, you should ask for it. So Brian is going to use his confidence and ask for Evander's number. Hey, can I ask you for your number? Wow, that was bold. I like it. I'm shocked at myself, but I feel a wave of relief wash over me. I'm glad that I asked. Here, why don't we exchange numbers instead? I'll text you sometime. Perhaps we could do the Laugh Factory after all. I'd really like that. Thank you. All right, I'll see you around. That was nice. I walked back into the studio with the feeling of an insuppressible glow. Ah, there you are. Did you mail off those letters and packages like I asked? Yes, indeed. I dropped them off on my way back from an errand. Soren's eyes narrow suspiciously at me, while he tidies glossy papers on his desk. Right. Say, what are you doing for lunch today, Adam? Actually, well, never mind that. I was invited to Obsy's for lunch today, and you're coming with me. I am. At once, I felt a feeling of incredible nervousness brewing. But why? Are you sure that he won't mind me tagging along? I insist. I am declaring you my +1. Besides, he won't care. That man gives little fucks about much. And even if he did mind, tough it. All right, if you say so. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't intimidated. But at least Soren will be there with me. I think Soren just asked me out. Well, he didn't ask me out. He told me out. He said I was coming with him. And this is the perfect excuse to meet Obsy. Perhaps find out what he knows regarding River. This'll be fun. Soren and I joke around as he rampages through the chaotic traffic of L.A. I laugh a lot to cover up how edgy I feel about the whole thing. Gradually, I notice that we're on tighter, palm-lined streets with monstrosities for houses. Oh, good grief. And here we are! Obsy's Landing, Hollywood Hills. My eyes widen as I gaze upon the obsidian residence that Obsy calls home. Obsy lives here? Because of its scale, this contemporary monolithic structure exudes luxury and grandeur. Although, at least to me, it also emanates a distinct feeling of something oppressive. Of course, silly. Come on. Obsy hates it when people are late. And you know how I feel about tardiness in general. Before I could stammer some more, Soren grabs me by the hand and pulls me up the steps, his hand soft and cool to the touch. Good grief. Oh, I mean, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? We all have our own tastes, but oh my god, I would never live in a house like this. This is awful. A maid ushers us through the palatial front doors into an ornate foyer, the sharp tapping of our shoes echoing throughout. Obsy will be right with you. She politely gestures for us to wait. then glides away like an apparition. I can barely speak, but Soren seems perfectly at home, obviously having been here many times before. So, what do you think? Think about what? About his art, these paintings. Good grief. He painted this? No. They're his as in he owns them, Adam. Not that he actually painted them. Obzi is quite the accomplished art collector, as you can see. Well, that he is. So, what do you think? We stare in silence at the oversized canvas in front of us. The painting itself seems alive. The application of its paint clumpy and uneven. I like it, not to my taste. Yeah, it's really not to my taste. But what should I say to Soren? I get the feeling Soren likes it. He called Obzi an accomplished art collector, so he probably sees this as a great piece in his collection. But it's not to my taste. Well, I rather like it. The paint is so thick. It's like icing on a cake. The dead palette. The lack of emotion, and yet with emotion. There's something really nihilistic about it. Don't you think? It's as if it signifies the death of something. Something old. Perhaps change. Whatever it is, he's no longer innocent. And that's transcendent. When you overcome your innocence, you become truly powerful. You have control. Without naivete, you understand who you are and what you want. And isn't that the most deathly beautiful thing you've ever heard? I just want to be beautiful every day. Is that so wrong? Huh. Interesting. Obzi. I was working out and had to wash up. Okay, so he's got a devil on his t-shirt. He has red eyes. He lives in a black house with paintings of devils. I'm sensing a theme here with Obzi. There's probably more to him than meets the eye, is all I'm saying. And Soren, why is Soren here for lunch? Why did Obzi ask Soren to come here? And Soren has obviously been here many times before. He likes the art. He said oh, and remember we were walking in the front door. We said that we felt something emanating from the house, something powerful, right? Another devil clue, I guess. But Soren said that he just wanted to be beautiful every day. And he talked about how when you give up your naivete, you know what you are, who you are, and what you want. That's a very, how does one say? If I had to characterize it as being godly or hellish, it would be a hellish point of view, right? Give up your innocence, give up your naivete, know what you want, and go after it. Right? That's not a heavenly sort of attitude. So Soren might be in on this whole devil thing. I don't know. I'm speculating. I'm just picking up clues. To be a presentable host, I hope you weren't waiting too long. No, not at all. Obsi's eyes flicker for a moment, and I swear hearing an almost imperceptible growl. Another devil clue, I guess. Your house is amazing, by the way. Besides a gallery, I have never seen a place with this much art. I like to collect all manner of beautiful and rare talent. Far easier to comprehend and contain when you own it. He likes owning beauty. Another not heavenly kind of attitude. Well, no use in us standing around on occasion. We have a spread laid out for us on the terrace. Follow me. Wow. My. How you've outdone yourself today, Obsi. And so formal. It's almost like you were trying to impress someone. As if I'd have to try to do anything as desperate as that. Obsi chuckles with a deep, velvety intonation. I've always preached that those who have should give. Besides, I have an appetite today. I look down at the table covered in fresh antipasto, delicious smoked meats, and pastries. Prominently displayed in the center is a carafe of mimosas and a large black bottle of whiskey. Soren, in one elegant motion, takes his seat, politely laying down a napkin upon his lap. As I look over, Obsi has collapsed into his chair in a very rugged manner, his hand propping up his chin. The two of them look over at me as if I'm some kind of alien. And I finally take the hint and awkwardly stumble into my own seat. I hope you don't mind me tagging along, Obsi. Soren let you know I was coming, right? I may have sent a text, or not. You know how these things are. I can't really recall. Obsi throws his head back in laughter, an amused grin on his chiseled face. Regardless, Adam, you're very much a welcome guest here today. So, dig in. It's all to be enjoyed. Again, on the scale between being heavenly or being earthly, shall we say. Very earthly, right? Feed all of your appetites, no limits. It's the heavenly side where they say, deny yourself, right? Just because you want it doesn't mean you should have it. You need to walk the right path. Our dear Adam's still not quite there yet. He needs a little work. Timid, but soon enough he'll be more at ease. Being part of the Manticore family. Obsi simply nods with a knowing smile on his face. His eyes inspect me thoroughly. I'll keep it straight with you, Adam. In that, I think I see what Ted sees. The look, your eyes, that quality, like a deer about to be shot. That's it. He goes to take a rough swig, but halts, and instead opts to take a small sip of his whiskey. And no offense meant, ever. But, if I'm frank, Obsi slams his shot glass with a surly thud. I'm still not fucking convinced. Are you? Well, I'm certainly sold. You're our new best boy Grip, right? Did Ted offer you more? Lie, tell the truth. Well, in general, I'm in favor of telling the truth. It's just easier. Life is just easier when you tell the truth. He, uh, he thought I was auditioning to be a porn star. Uh, he, he wanted me to be a performer. Like you. Don't be so modest, Adam. Soren chimes in with a tone as lovely as a melody. Tad not only wanted him to be a performer, but I know for a fact he saw him as exclusive material. Is that so? I look at Soren slightly shocked, although he seems unaware that he gave my position away. Did he try to place his grubby hands on you? Defile you? Well, no. He did suggest, though. My voice trails off, recalling that uncomfortable day. I'll let you in on something, Adam. Being an exclusive at any studio is a big deal. But being an exclusive at Manticore Video is on a whole other stratosphere. Most regular people would think that we're a dime a dozen. But being the cream of the crop can yield some surprising results. You burn yourself into the retinas and conscious minds of our community. Did you know that Mark Jacobs dated and was on the frequent by his then boyfriend Eric Rhodes? You could be asked to be an underwear model for Andrew Christian. Has he reached out to you yet? I put it on your calendar just for kicks. Ha! He has, but that's beneath me. I'm not interested. Andrew Christian is a f***ing pervert who needs to be around the men that he can't land out in the wild. Besides, his underwear is trashy, tacky stuff. Would you wear them, Soren? I might. As long as he puts out a line that I have a hand in designing. I don't quite find his underwear fits my aesthetic. Abzi smiles, and then shifts his attention back to me. Have you heard of David Geffen, billionaire who founded DreamWorks? A gay porn star extorted him for a fucking condo and his fortune. It was hilarious. Not that that's right, of course. But you see what I'm getting at. These possibilities can open up to those in our industry, especially for us who are at the top of their game. And that's where I plan to stay. Although these opportunities come from a place of lust and unbalanced power dynamics, if you're not stupid, you can be the one holding all the cards in the end. Never relinquish your power. None of the true exclusives have ever let Tad touch them. Not that you're going to be. But it'd be wise of you to remember that, Adam. Right. And with that, Soren stands up, graciously pouring each of us a drink, as if the topic of conversation was as light and flowery as the garden around us. Maybe this is simply how LA people converse. Satisfied, Abzi abruptly straightens out his posture, before turning his attention back to Soren. So, how's work been today? It's felt like an eternity since I've been to the damn studio. Oh, you know, slow. A few set designers came in for meetings, but most of the usual suspects haven't shown their faces yet. You're flawless when it comes to segues. And so, how are the guys? I'm assuming you've met everyone, Adam? Yes. I mean, pretty much everyone now. The Johns, Hunter, um, ah, of course, the Johns. You got to love those two knuckleheads. Poor John. I've heard lately he's suffering from some rather, unfortunate dysfunctions. Hunter came in today as well. Yeah, and so did Timmy. Ah, yes, Timmy Rocket. Is that little dump still loitering around our studio? Oh my god, like herpes. A venereal disease you just can't get rid of. It's trying my very last nerve. I can't take it anymore, Obsy, seriously. If I hadn't been sick that day, there's no chance he'd have tricked his way into meeting with Tad. Like, what the hell does Tad even see in that? Ugh! It's simple, Soren. Tad has a new plaything. Timmy has opened that, and now Tad and the world are captivated. I don't like this. I'm no big fan of Timmy. He's annoying, right? But they're dehumanizing him in a way that is making me uncomfortable. So I'm going back to I guess, my devil thesis. Obsy is not a good person. That's, I guess, what I'm taking away from this. And Soren, I'm thinking Soren is not a good person either, because he seems in his element here. I heard Tad f***ed him 5 times on his audition day. And Timmy lets him hit it 3 times on the daily now. Where did you hear that? From the horse's mouth himself. More like the sewer rat's mouth. Oh my god. You're awful. You shouldn't say things like that, Obsy. Soren, you're not much better. At least not in front of our guest. Partake in gossip, refrain from gossip. No, I'm not gonna jump on that train. The two of them stare at me with obtuse smiles that I can't quite interpret. I reflexively lean forward to speak more, but don't, as I'm really unsure of what to say next. And, on that note, why don't I pour us a few more mimosas? Venom goes down much better with a chaser. Right on. I'll cheers to that. The 3 of us raise our glasses to each other, while Obsy puts his hand on my shoulder. And to you, Adam. Thank you very much for coming today. It's been a pleasure having you around. Thanks. I didn't do anything. He's trying to charm me into something. I don't know what. The rest of lunch continues without a hitch. And then Soren drives us back to the studio. To be honest, I felt a bit unsettled afterwards. Everyone has such strong personalities here. Perhaps I won't fit in with Manticore after all. I spend the rest of the day trying to shake that feeling off before I head home for the day. Huh, that's odd. I return to my apartment with the distinct feeling that something's wrong. My skin crawls, while hairs on the back of my neck stand on end. Looking around inside, nothing right off the cuff strikes me as peculiar. Maybe I should look outside. Look outside, don't look outside. Well, it's this vase. This vase right here used to be over here. No, I don't need to look outside. It's this vase. I don't understand why the idea freaks me out so much. Come on, Adam. Get it together, man. Look outside? Don't look outside. Are we supposed to look outside? I'm starting to think we're supposed to look outside. Well, the vase is... I know it's... The vase has changed. That's the issue. I guess we're supposed to look outside. We don't... We're just going to go around in circles. Okay, we're looking outside. Why... So, why give us a choice if it's not really a choice? I don't understand that. Just have the story make us look outside. Okay, pawn shop. Save lot. I don't see anything. Nothing's clickable or... Well, there doesn't seem to be anything amiss, as far as I can tell. Oh my god! Why am I so jumpy tonight? I reach over and calmly put the receiver to my ear. Hello? Hello? What the hell? I stare at the phone, after instinctively recoiling from it a little. It must have been a bad line. I step back and plop myself onto my bed to make a phone call. We've really got to stop meeting like this. Ha ha, very funny. But, would you mind cutting me some slack? I feel a little sensitive tonight. Oh, what do you mean? I don't know. I guess I really needed someone to talk to. That's all. Well, I really hope it's to gush about all the amazing new events enhancing your LA life. Actually, when you frame it in that way, there is some rather good news to tell. I take a comically deep breath for dramatic effect. I met someone. Why does your voice sound so weird? 'Cause I'm happy. Oh, sorry. It's very odd to me. I'm not used to it. Do you want to hear my story or not? Of course, of course. I'm just kidding, Adam. The lighthearted conversation was starting to take the edge off. I'm so glad I called. Well, his name is Evander. And he's a nurse at the health clinic. He's incredibly sweet and handsome and funny. Likes long walks on the beach. Hopefully. This is so far out of your comfort zone. As in meeting guys out and about. I'm not used to this outgoing, extroverted Adam. Oh, come on. It's not at all as interesting as you make it sound. And besides, he did most of the initial flirting. And signal sending, and... You have to turn everything into a bummer, don't you? Ah, now that's the Adam I know and love. Thanks. Come on, you know I'm really happy for you. How many dates in? Are you 2? I clench my entire body when I realize that he thinks that we've gone out already. Um, none? What? I don't get it. We haven't gone on any dates yet. Only the exchange of numbers. Well, that's still seriously exciting. I'm stoked for you. Yeah, I am too. Does Riv know? Actually, can you put him on the phone? I haven't talked to that guy in ages. Uh, he's not home right now? Are you asking me or telling me? Damn it, Adam. Get better at lying. He's not home right now. It's like he's never home. But hey, I get it. If anyone knows what it's like to be stupid busy, I do. Work's okay? Just pitching this new contemporary design for a home out in Santa Barbara. Private buyer. Picky as all hell. A nightmare client if I ever had one. Oh, I'm sorry. Is there anything that I can do to help? Oh, that's sweet. But not unless you can design a 2,000 square foot atrium with vaulted ceilings. But I do have an idea. Anything, name it. When I finally come to visit, make sure I don't smoke any cigarettes. Slap them out of my hand. And take me out for alcoholic boba tea. Yeah, that sounds great. I didn't even know that boba tea could come spiked. There's a great place in DTLA. You'll love it. Anyways, I desperately need some sleep. I miss you and I love you, though. I'll see you soon. Yeah. I will. Now I'm going to expedite my visit simply out of spite. All right, well, good night. I love you too. Who is that? We still haven't learned who that is. Good night, Adam. I laugh softly to myself as I pull away from my phone. Huh, what's this? A text from Evander. Hey you, it's Evander. Do you have any plans for July 4th? If not, I was hoping I could take you out. Show you what SoCal's all about. I feel silly, but I fall backwards onto my bed, feverishly replying that tomorrow sounds perfect. I let out a long and contented sigh. It's been a while since I felt this giddy about anything. I know I should be focusing on River, but in the end, would it be wrong if I met someone I liked as well? Besides, maybe he knows more about what happened to River. And this would be a good way of getting close. I know I'm lying to myself, but I just can't help it. I twist and wrap the covers around me, falling into the most peaceful sleep I've had since moving to the City of Angels. And playtime's over for now. Thank you for joining me. But yeah, we made some good progress. And honestly, my feelings about Timmy have changed a little bit. He used to be kind of annoying and kind of like, oh God. But now I kind of feel sorry for him. I feel some empathy for him because he's trying so hard. And so I think a lot of that is just a front, right? It's a mask that he puts on because he thinks that's what will make him friends when I think he's just desperately lonely, quite honestly. Soren, my feelings about Soren have changed. He used to be cute and very friendly and helpful, and now I think he might be in league with the devil. So yeah, I don't know, up is down, black is white. We'll see you next time right back here in the sandbox.